Hello, friends. I should start by saying happy Wednesday, but I'm also going to say happy National Running Day. Did you know there was a day for that? There is. It's today. So I hope you have gotten out, maybe a brisk walk before the rain. I also have to preface, we have inclement weather, so if I drop Wi-Fi, I'm very sorry. We'll keep pushing through. Anyway, we have two really amazing dishes for you today. These are going to go in the column of quick and easy, have on hand, weeknight meals. Okay? Also, I think this is also a good one to put into a casserole. You know, when you are a weight loss coach and you've gone through this weight loss journey, casseroles are kind of a thing of the past. It's definitely how I spent my time between about 1992 and when I found my health in 2016. I could make some amazing casseroles with numerous cans of stuff and loaded with cheese and carbs. This is not those casseroles. These are casseroles that you can make. And when I say casserole, it's even one of them is like a one dish meal. So I think it's going to be one of your favorites. It definitely will be our favorite lunch that we've had all week. Anyway, I was hoping I could come to you on a bright sunny day. I did have a beautiful morning run, but it looks like in our area anyway, we have rain again. So everyone needs a little sunshine, right? So let's go ahead and get started. I jumped the gun. I've started turkey and ground beef. Both of these varieties, the turkey, I've gone with a 99% lean. Big difference in the ground turkey that's like a 93. It's a little bit darker meat. Again, not the end of the world, but if you're working on trying to be as lean as you can, then oh, yay, now you're back home in Lubbock. Welcome, Lisa. I'm so glad. Okay, by the way, thank you for reminding me. I'm Julie Brinkley. If you're tuning in for the first time to Beneath the Surface News on her Facebook page, I'm Julie Brinkley. I'm also known as Motivation with Brink. I'm a local weight loss coach, but also a previous big girl that had to learn to cook differently. And so I love sharing those things with you. Do you have to be on plan with me to enjoy these amazing recipes? Absolutely not. Will you make progress if you just cook more of these? Probably so. So if you could easily substitute one meal in, baby steps, okay? Baby steps also sound a whole lot like micro habits, which are something we really study hard as a habits of health person. So again, let's work on them together. Again, I went ahead and jumped the gun. I have these browning just on low. I have to, if this is your first time to be watching me, then I have to tell you, I'm not a chef. No professional training whatsoever, except for at the feet of my amazing mama, cooking my whole entire life. But now I'm able to cook really indulgent, wonderful foods that don't give me the guilt, that help me move forward in my health goals. And it can do the same for you. We're going to create two different lean and green meals today. Now, I don't know if you can see way off here to the side of the frame. This is what real life is. These are cinnamon rolls that I had to make for my kids today. And I almost put them away out of the camera shot, okay? Because normally I move the mail and the other junk that's gotten left on the counter. But I thought, you know what? I think, because if you know me, then you know that I love transparency and authenticity. And this is what real life looks like. So man, do I ever need a plan? Because these are the things I have to be able to avoid. I have to be able to have strategies to get around those things, healthy fuelings throughout the day so that I'm not so tempted. So anyway, that's just to be real. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of get this turkey broke up just a little bit more. Again, I went with the 99% lean turkey. I advise you if you're on plan, let's go ahead and stick with that. It gives us a really nice lean protein. Again, for you guys who aren't on plan, you're like, what is she talking about? We have a wonderful 5-in-1 system that takes eating healthy to the next level. I like to think of it as on-the-job training. I don't know why I always say that, but I think it is like on-the-job training. The job is to lose weight, right? To get healthy. On-the-job training means we're practicing being a healthy eater. If we don't change how we actually eat our food, then nothing will change. We will go back and everything will be the same. And that's not our goal here. There's no quick fixes here with this plan. It is all about on-the-job training and stacking up those little micro habits, as many as you can, okay? So the ground turkey is $99. The ground beef is like the 97 or 95% grass-fed. Try to get as lean as you can. If you have your own meat, then that's even better. You can really specify how lean you want it. Okay, just give me just a second. Again, no professional kitchen here. Tell me where you're from. If you're watching, I'd love to know how far our reach is. And being able to reach as many people as possible and share good things is like my favorite thing to do. Messing up that Facebook algorithm by being kind and putting out positive. So if we can put that out more, then that's even better, right? So those are browning. If you'll notice here, I have an assortment. It's warm. I've already baked these in the oven. This is our bell peppers. We're gonna do a dish here in a minute with lasagna stuffed bell peppers. No, there's no noodles. I hate to break it to you. But I wanted you to know that I kind of par bake these first. 12 minutes, lightly spritzed with olive oil, just to get them a little soft. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. I have to kind of go in order or I'll get confused with these two dishes because they're very similar. And the reason I picked them is because who doesn't have a pound of turkey and a pound of ground beef in your freezer all the time? You will be surprised when you see the simple ingredients. And I almost, not to brag, but a few of you people know that I'm a gardener wannabe anyway. I don't have quite as green a thumb as my mama does, but I almost could have created this meal with what I had out of my garden. My zucchini has not started making, but the summer squash has. So this could easily take out the zucchini, put in some summer squash, put in whatever you have fresh. I ended up grabbing my zucchini out of the fridge because I had it. It's a couple days old, so I needed to use it up. This is a great dish for that. We're gonna start with the lasagna peppers so we can go ahead and get them in the oven. This one, guys, is so simple. We have that pound. I think on plan, it actually isn't a full pound. It's gonna actually be 7 ounces of the ground turkey. Again, on plan, we have to be really careful with protein amounts. If you're not on plan and you're feeding your family, double this recipe, triple this recipe, however large you need it to be to make it work for you. I actually have this backwards. I'm gonna flip my proteins. I'm actually gonna use my beef for the lasagna peppers, okay? And all we're gonna do is add a little bit. Now the reason that doesn't matter is because you can interchange those. If you have ground turkey at home, you could make either one of these recipes, vice versa with just beef. I have some people that like family members, husbands, no offense, but they don't like the ground turkey. They can tell the difference and they want that lean ground beef. So it could be interchangeable for sure. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic and a little bit of Italian seasoning. We're just gonna do a blend of Italian seasoning, but you may have your favorites. If you like to use, oregano and basil, one or the other, both of them, that works fine. Simple ingredients, things that you have in the house. We're gonna saute that together, add just a half a cup of an approved marinara. Now, when I say approved marinara, it just means we need to be cautious of marinara because it is tomato. And I don't know if you know this, but tomato equals sugar, and it comes in the natural state of sugar. So what we wanna watch for is on the label, make sure it's a no sugar added. No additional sugars added to that marinara sauce, or You could make it yourself. I don't think it's necessary. Let's keep it simple. We're doing this so that they're easy, quick meals, so don't make it harder on yourself. We're gonna put this half a cup in here. Hey Google, cancel. We're gonna go ahead and turn this up just a bit so that finishes cooking. Again, we'll hit it with just a bit salt and pepper. I used my already minced garlic out of the fridge today, but you could easily mince your own. I just want to hold this up close. Look at that. I mean, guys, simple, clean, easy food. It's going to be to die for in a minute when we see what we get to do. Now, again, your protein kind of determines how many healthy fats we add to our cooking. And so today you're going to see a few things like Parmesan cheese and mozzarella cheese, ricotta cheese being used. Keep in mind, those aren't just fats that we're adding. Those are actually forms of protein. So that's the beauty of our plan. When a recipe is designed, it's so great because the components are already there for you. We make it easy. On-the-job training, but it's an easy job, right? Now, this turkey that I'm browning, I want you to notice I'm cooking it in my iron skillet on purpose because I'm going to add, this is my one dish meal. I'm going to make this go straight from stove top to oven and finish it off so beautifully. So I'm going to assemble these stuffed bell peppers. Now, if you have children, guys, here's the thing. And if bell pepper doesn't, hey Harrison, would you eat a bell pepper? No. Okay, he just gave me a. Okay, he'll do them if they're sauteed. This one actually is cooked in the oven, so I think you would think it was okay. But would he kind of pick around on it? Probably. So, here's my thing. If I were to double that recipe, here's my healthy eating. Guys, it's not that much harder. Throw in some pasta for the kids. He could easily have that as a sauce on some pasta with some cheese. And I haven't had to double make dinner because that's one of my biggest complaints that I hear is that people are like, oh, I'm not cooking twice for my family. Like, I can't do this. If they can't eat it, then I can't do this. I really encourage you, let's get our families healthy for one. And secondly, just slight modifications will work just fine. So this beef is ready. And you can see I kind of left it in bigger chunks. Okay. Again, such a hack for lasagna, guys. I'm not feeling deprived at all by these smells that are going on. I'm going to turn that off so it doesn't burn. You guys know, like, I need you here in the kitchen, and so when you see me do things like leave the burner on, you have to give me a little shout out. So what I'm going to start with these peppers is we're going to layer. Again, I just barely cooked, it's 12 minutes in 400-degree oven, slightly spritzed with a little olive oil. I'm going to layer in a layer of beef. Again, if you're on plan, then it's really easy to portion out following the plan. This original recipe was actually a single serving. And I was like, well, that's crazy because I'm here for lunch. And even though my pilot boyfriend's also home for lunch, I wanted more than one serving. So I kind of doubled this up a little bit. But you're not going to use all the beef. And see, I'm just scooping it into the bell pepper. But we're not finished yet. Now, we get to layer in a little bit of ricotta cheese. This is 1/4 cup. Remember, ricotta cheese, incredibly rich, yummy, cheesy feeling to your dish, but with a little bit of protein. Now, it's hard to find the ricotta part skim here in town, in our little town. So that's kind of a challenge, but try to if you can to keep it on plan. We're going to take just a little bit of that ricotta. Let me move this. Can you see that now? I think you can. You you can see it's no fancy work. This is gonna melt and get all throughout that beef. I think the recipe actually says do this like back and forth twice, 2 full layers. I don't know that I'll have room to, I probably will. I'll have room. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Top it off with the rest of the beef. Guys, this, not only would this be a great weeknight meal for your family, I mean, if I could set a timer for you guys, this is a dish that you could throw together in the morning. If you have more time in the morning before you go to work, throw this together, stick it in the fridge. I mean, 20 minutes when you get home from work and you've got a healthy meal. So, I mean, get it started at least. And then again, when we do things like that, that's another little micro habit. Preparing, knowing ahead of time, plan ahead for those crazy baseball weekends. Go Jackets. Am I right? All those people heading out to the game, wishing them the best today. If you don't know, our Steamville Yellow Jackets are heading to, I believe it's regional finals, but definitely a little shout out to my favorite player. Actually, a few of them are my favorites. They know who they are, but they're probably not watching a cooking show before their big game. So we'll hope they're having a little practice maybe. There's a send-off, I think at 1:30. You guys can check Facebook. Maybe someone will post it. There's a send-off here for them as well. So as you see, I'm just taking that little bit of leftover ricotta. I didn't do great dividing that out very even, but that's okay. I'm gonna top it with a 1/2 cup of part skim mozzarella, super easy to find. Mozzarella, Parmesan, they're great low-fat cheeses, okay? So if we're gonna indulge and have a little cheese, this is definitely where it needs to be. Now here's the deal, I have to address the issue. You've got on here, you've realized. Good, Missy, thank you for sharing. The thing is that when people see me and they're like, oh my gosh, I thought she was a health coach, but look at all that cheese and look at the things she's choosing. That's not healthy, shouldn't I not have that? Guys, it's all about lifestyle change. So we have to include all the different varieties of things that we know in real life we're gonna go back to eating. Maybe not those, but we're gonna go back to eating wonderful savory dishes. And so being able to learn portion is huge. And knowing how does this count? Like, am I counting it as my protein? Am I able to do a little extra protein that way? Am I gonna count it as a healthy fat? This is what we learn over time with 5-in-1, because your choice of protein also determines what kind of healthy fat you're gonna get to add. So it all goes into, again, on the job training. On the job, meaning let's lose the pounds, but let's learn some serious micro habits of how to change the way you cook food. So these are ready to go into the oven. I already have the oven on to 400. Let me stick them in. Hey Google, set a timer for 10 minutes because I know you guys won't remind me. Okay, now I'm gonna do my taco skillet. And again, I chose my iron skillet because I can go straight from cooktop straight into the oven to finish it off with some cheesy goodness. Again, we have 2. Oh, you are gonna make this joy. You're gonna love it. My sister-in-law joining in. It's like all in the family right here. I love it. This taco skillet, again, guys, the whole motive for me today, and I said summertime, and that you may have thought, oh, well, it's not grilling or chicken or light or salad. No, these are quick and easy, because who has time? Are you not out like doing stuff till 8 o'clock? I know you are, because I see you people out there, because I'm out there too. Now that the sun is shining later, we want to be out in it. So these are quick and easy favorites that will be surely successful. Now, what we want to do, again, I took my zucchini because I had some in the fridge. In just a few weeks, if you're like me, I mean, I have a garden and I have squash, super easy summer squash to grow, but I know this for a fact. Even if you're not, you probably have a neighbor or a friend who brings you summer squash. Because when we start making squash, we always plant too many plants and you get a Walmart bag full of squash from somebody. Well, this is a great way to use up that squash. I'm gonna move this just over here so I can add the ingredients. Now this is just, again, that ground turkey. I'm gonna add my zucchini. I already added some garlic when I browned the turkey. I added that. I'm gonna add, I believe it's a tablespoon plus a quarter tablespoon of taco seasoning. Again, super important when you're on plan to follow those recipes to the T. If you're not on plan, is it gonna throw you completely off or taste bad if you just use a packet of taco seasoning? It's not, let's be real. But I will say, take it up a notch, make your own taco seasoning, or at least get the low salt and no added sugar taco seasoning. I've actually thrown a little bit dehydrated onion in there as well. And I'm gonna just put that on. Oh, I didn't add my garlic. There's my garlic. And then I'm gonna use my favorite thing to keep in the pantry, Rotel tomatoes. We are not gonna drain those tomatoes. We need those. We're also gonna take a minute. Let me get this on cooking, and then I'm gonna add some more bell pepper. Again, guys, this dish is going to be amazing. We wanna go ahead and saute it back in the skillet on the stovetop for a few minutes. We're gonna let that cook just a little bit, but it's gonna finish off in the oven. So we're okay if it doesn't go all the way cooked through, but we want that zucchini to kind of sear a little bit. But what I wanted to show you is I love the yellow and the orange and the red bell peppers. Sometimes I love the green bell peppers for a stuffed pepper. For some reason, those flavors just fit. But the yellow and the orange are much sweeter to me, and I thought they looked prettier today. But I wanted to show you real quick. Cut in half, if you just take this center, well, this one did not do as pretty for me, but I just wanted to give you a heads up on actually cutting it. Just cut it in half with the stem on and then break it off. We're gonna take a few extra slices. Again, a little bit for flavor, but also I picked the yellow to go with that green zucchini, and we're about to throw in another garden favorite, kale. The recipe calls for kale or spinach. Again, guys, this is a one and done recipe. Your lean is included, your green is included, you are good to go. And also, you're gonna get some really awesome nutrients going on for your family, and they will be unaware. Let me show you what we're gonna do. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get, it calls for 3 cups. You guys know you can leave this out if you must, but I encourage you to try to cook with some nutrient dense veggies like kale. Spinach will cook down a little bit more. I'm just gonna wad this kale up. I've already taken the ribs out. Again, Sweet Sarah saw me and my harvest of kale the other day. Those of you that know where I live, feel free to stop by and get some kale. I'm trying to find as many recipes as I can because I just love going out to the garden and really harvesting something that I've grown, you know, and actually this like from seed. So it's just really doing great. It's all this Texas rain, and I won't jinx ourselves, but some of us who like the outdoors could use a little break in the rain. But I know, we're a country town. We need the tanks full. We need all that to go on, right? So I won't say it out loud, but I might be hoping for a little break in the rain. So again, 3 cups is what this calls for. It looks like a tremendous amount of kale to put in there, but we're gonna pile this in. Now, again, not a professional chef, so I've got to do some work. I've got to get this thing stirred and incorporated in so the kale can begin to break down. It's going to turn a vibrant green really add some nice flavor, not anything too strong. Ah, beautiful. I'm going to hit it with just a bit salt and pepper. The joy is we're going to finish this skillet off with some low-fat Fiesta blend. So you can do like the Monterey Jack cheddar, whatever you can find that is the 2% milk fat. Just look, guys. Who doesn't want to cook this way? This is going to be tremendous. I just can't decide. Do I want this for lunch or do I want this for dinner? We're eating good today, that's for sure. So we're going to let that continue to cook down a little bit. Again, it doesn't have to cook all the way through. Those vegetables are going to continue to cook. When we top it with our cheese, put it into the oven. When it comes out of the oven, I'm going to top it with a little bit, let me go ahead and get these going, of green onion. Again, regular yellow onion or red onion would be restricted on plan just because we know, right, what onions do. They caramelize and create sugars. And if we have sugars in our diet, let's don't make it from an onion, right? And so substituting in green onion whenever you can. No, it's not exactly the same flavor, but these are going to garnish up great. The other addition that we're going to get ready is a little bit of parsley. Again, if you haven't planted that herb garden yet, get out there. Parsley, basil, you're spending a fortune or running back and forth to the store when you could have it ready to go. So I'm gonna have my parsley ready to go for both dishes, adding beautiful color and actually just a bit of a fresh flavor. Not really strong, but parsley gives us just a great freshness. Let me check on these bell peppers. I'm gonna let them go just a bit longer, guys, because I'm gonna want that toasty, bubbly cheese on top. But these are gonna be ready. Actually, it says a minute 20 left, so I was super close. I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I do the grated Parmesan cheese on top of those and serve them right up. I hope both of these dishes are ones that you want to add to your list. If you haven't watched before, then I need to tell you where to find these recipes, right? Sarah of Beneath the Surface News has an amazing website, beneaththesurfacenews.com. On that website, click over to the third page. It's on across the top, the crumb. This is where she keeps all of the archives of videos or recipes are available there. You can always go back into Beneath the Surface News and the videos are archived there as well if you forget something and need to watch it again. But more importantly, I would love to hear from you. I'm Julie Brinkley on Facebook or Motivation with Brink on Facebook. Oh, see, you people aren't here. I'm going to remove that from the heat until I can focus on it. But I hope that these are ones that you'll want to add to your favorites. Reach out to me if you need help with a recipe. If you're interested in knowing more about a healthy way to not only lose weight, hey Google, cancel, but to really create a new healthy lifestyle for yourself, I got a plan. I'd love to talk to you. Message me on Facebook, Motivation with Brink on Facebook or Instagram, and I hope to be hearing from you soon. And like I always say, until I see you next week, be nice.